Hello and welcome to the European Tour's Life on Tour podcast presented by Hilton with me, Kirsty Gallacher, bringing you conversations with key figures from around the world of golf. Now today we're at the Hilton on Park Lane in London. I'm very delighted to say I've been joined by one of the most recognisable names in all of music. He just so happens to also be golf mad and a great friend of mine. He is none other than Mr. Niall Horan.
Hello,
welcome,
Kirsty
Niall.
G.
How are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
Good, I'm very good, thank you. Firstly, before we talk about all other things, golf, music, let's talk about what you are launching today, which is the ISPS HANDA World Invitational for men and women. Brilliant event in August. Tell us about it. Yeah,
well, we, as a company, have been involved with the NI Open, as it was called, on the Challenge Tour for the last 4 years. It got to the point where we felt like we really needed to take it to the next level and do something different. Over the years, we've tried different things. We've changed the format. You know, we had more of a match play Sunday type thing one time. And they were just little innovative ideas that we thought would work and did. We pulled 45,000 through the gates one year, which was insane for a Challenge Tour event. But I just felt like we needed to go to the next level to take everything to the next level, So we got involved with ISPS HANDA. Dr. Handa has been involved in golf for like 30 years or something like that, and he's been a key figure in growing the game in terms of disabled golf, blind golf, ladies golf, men's golf, everything. He's been involved in all corners of it, and I'm glad that he chose to work with us, and because we clearly shared the same vision in terms of how we can grow the game. And the way I look at it is, if you can grow women's golf, you can grow golf.
Yeah.
And I share the same vision with him on that, and we got together, and now we're having a 4-day, 72-hole stroke play event that consists of both men and women with a shared equal prize fund, which is how we're going to change the game, I think.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. And obviously we were with Keith Pelly, Chief Executive of obviously the European Tour. It is a very exciting time, isn't it, for women's golf, and also for us to be, or you to be embracing this.
No, it's a huge time for women's golf. As I say, if you can change women's golf, you can change golf, and we really need to pick the game up. I think it's got a bit of a stigma around it for the last few years, but with the quality of golfer out there, both on the ladies and men's side, this sport is going to grow, and I'm glad that we're here, at the start of that.
And obviously, you love golf. We'll get on to that in just a moment. But you own Modest Golf Management. You're very much involved in that. What was it that made you think, this is what I want to do? We need to kind of sort of get into golf and do more for youngsters. And, what was it that sort of sparked that in your brain?
Well, I suppose spending a bit of time around the players, and knowing the boys that I do know, and, going to tournaments in the European Tour, or, even going down to Wentworth, or, for the BMW or things like that. I would always, hear, not from the horse's mouth, but kind of like, you'd hear like, he's not happy with his management, and they're not like booking him flights, and he doesn't know where he's playing on Tuesday afternoon, and, for a Thursday start. And I was just thinking to myself, coming from the management that I have, those things are not even thought about. That's just part and parcel of what we do. And I just thought to myself, I want to see golf succeed, and I want to be involved in a young player's career from the start, because if one of my players goes on to win a major championship or whatever, being there from the start when they were unranked or just leaving college or just leaving their amateur career would be a great feeling for me. And over the last kind of 6-8 weeks, it feels like it's really taken a turn for the better, yeah. Yeah,
tell us more about your golfers and your winners as well. I mean, Guido winning the Kenyan Open. I mean, so many fantastic things happening. I mean, and also, you're really very much in the infancy of your company still. 2 years on, is it?
Yeah, just coming up on 3, I think. And when you start out, you have no idea how it's going to go. We obviously have the right people in place to make sure we scout the right types of players. We know what we want as a from a business model standpoint.
What is that though? What is that?
Well, initially it was, we wanted young lads who were unranked, who we could get off the ground, get them invites, sort them out on the easier stuff, make sure that they don't have to worry about anything else apart from, hitting balls and winning tournaments. We'll look after the rest for them. And I feel like we've stuck by that. We've got our players' opportunities. We've got a great relationship with the European Tour, as you can see. And we wanted hard-working young lads that were going to put in time and effort to being the best they can be. And I feel like we've got that. And as I say, in the last 8 weeks, it feels like it's really taken a turn because we've had 3 big wins. We've had a European Tour win, we've had a Challenge Tour win, we've had a Symetra Tour win for Leona, and it really now feels like, and having things like this with Dr. Handa, it's going to be. It feels like it's making a turn for the best.
Yeah, amazing, really brilliant, well done. So just tell us how you got into started loving golf. I mean, was it from being a child watching it on TV?
Probably with Tiger, really. I mean, it was hard for when I was probably in 8 or 9, 10, 11, 12, kind of that. They were the years where Tiger was at his most dominant, and he was on fire, and it was hard not to like golf in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. There were so many great players, and he was all over it. My grandmother had like a little like pitch and putt area near her house, and there was like a barbed wire fence. I used to get my putter on a wedge and jump through the ditch and into the golf course and knock a few balls around in the summer and stay out until the late evenings. And then when I got a little bit older, I was probably 13, 14 or something like that. Few of my mates, just after we left primary school, we were going into secondary school, and we joined our local golf club. I think it was 90 euros or something like that to join it. And then I just became a proper lover of the game. We were playing. There was tournaments on we could play in. We were playing 36 a day, with our mates, and having a bit of a laugh, and kind of matured me in a way that I didn't think I was. The values that come with the game kind of shaped the way I am now, I guess.
And obviously, watching Tiger recently, you were there at the Masters, weren't you, when he won again? I mean, it's all come full circle. Wasn't that magnificent?
It was insane. I sadly had to leave. I go away with Justin Rose after the tournament every year, and Justin didn't have the week he wanted, and sadly missed the cut. But we were sat in his house, and we were watching Tiger win, and we all had tears rolling down our face. It was such a big moment. It was by far and away my favourite sporting moment of all time.
Oh yeah.
Watching him there winning, seeing the sheer joy on his face of knowing what he's done over the last 2 years to come back from. I mean, 3 years ago,
difficult
he was on,
times. Yeah.
Crazy. 3 years ago, he was on, on an operating table having spinal fusion surgery, and now he's got one of the fastest club head speeds on tour, and he's after winning the Masters. So I mean, it's an epic comeback, and one I 100% won't be forgetting.
Yeah, absolutely. And we love the Masters, don't we? Because I met you at the Masters in 2015. We love the Masters. It's my favourite tournament, and just being there, it's just the magic of Augusta, isn't it? You can't really describe it, can you?
Sorry, I'm kicking the place down here.
Please be careful.
No, it's just, there's something special about that place that I think people can tell by watching it on TV, but you don't really get that until you walk through the gates. There's something. Everything is pristine. As I said before, it literally looks like someone's gone around with the scissors and cut every piece of grass.
Hoover and scissors and various other things. I obviously, my dad being a golfer, it's slightly different because it was sort of in my blood, but the Masters was as a child, we just sat there all 4 days watching, the Masters, just because it just looks magnificent. And there was always a great win and a great story, and
the roars around the course. You can hear them roars. It's such a hollow place that
brilliant.
If you're 7 holes away, you can hear the roar and that real, especially for like a Phil or a Tiger or something like that. They really get behind them. Just when you go through the gates, the maddest thing for me, I think everyone says that when they go, is how undulating it is.
Yes.
I think from the top of the clubhouse to the 10th fairway, which is only about 500, 600 yards, like the height of the Eiffel Tower, to look at proper. I remember watching it on TV this year. We didn't go in maybe on Thursday afternoon or something like that. And I remember saying to the boys we were watching it, I was like, what hole is that?
Yeah.
Because it's actually unrecognisable.
Yeah.
And I know that course inside out. I can walk around it. But
completely different when you watch it.
When you watch it, it's
funny.
Mad. And it's just, I can't even I've been lucky enough to play the place a couple of times, and it's just the most epic place in the world, especially for a golf nut like us.
Oh, it is. What was it like playing Augusta?
It's mind-blowing, really. Every time I think about it, I actually feel bad saying it because I know what it's like to be a golf nut and really want to play Augusta National. The first time I played it, this is how bad I feel. I played it a few times. I feel bad saying it. It's
Lucky boy.
Absolutely epic. It never will ever get old. And that is like, I don't go on many holidays, but the Masters is my one, and this is my 5th year in a row. I love it. you arrive in, the gates open, drive down Magnolia Lane at a snail's pace.
Yeah, of
It's
course.
just the overhanging trees, seeing the clubhouse at the end. If I could walk it every time and I was allowed, I would. It's just an amazing feeling to think about all the greats that have driven down there. Pull up outside, they get your bags, have your golf clubs already on the tee or on the range when you get there. You stay on site, your bags are set up in your room. They'd go to every single detail that you can imagine. I don't know, I can't even think of some of the stuff. It's pretty an amazing place to go and play golf. Not as stuffy as people think, actually.
No.
I think people have this idea that Augusta National is quite stuffy, but
I agree with that.
It's actually really, really inviting and welcoming. Hitting balls on the range, you're just so nervous.
Oh, the first tee beckons.
And it is one of the harder tee shots in golf, actually. First tee shots, getting up on the first tee, hands like shaking like mad, hoping that you hit the fairway. The first round we played, I just spent the whole day just walking around in awe, that I was standing on the fairway and not outside the ropes, and kind of like picturing where people had hit certain shots from every year, hitting that Tiger shot from the back of 16 where he just rolled the ball and never chipped in. Bubba's shot out of the trees in 10.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Just random shots that you always wanted to hit and you get the chance to do so. Just walking around just in awe of the place. Then you get into it a little bit more, and last time I actually played quite well. I was probably played the round of my life, and it happened to be at Augusta National. I was standing on the 18th tee with 78 on the card, and then double bogey the last, of course, because I had that in my brain. But
mustn't do it. Yes, do it.
Definitely did it. I had some great moments. I birdied 14, birdied 6. I was on course for like some of the best golf I've ever played in my life, and it happened to be around that place.
Fantastic.
And then
who did you play with? I'm trying to think who you played with.
My cousin Willie.
Yeah, my friend.
And Mark Mack. And a member that looks after us, a local Atlanta guy. He brings us every year.
That's right.
And, his daughters are fans, and I bring them to our show and stuff.
How fantastic!
But it's great. I like going there. It's hard to describe unless you've been there, really.
Yeah, it is.
It's an epic place, and I'll be going for many years, hopefully.
Yeah. No, it's.
We'll have to get you back. Else. You haven't been in a few.
Yeah, no, I definitely deserve a trip back next year. I know, and the par 3 competition is brilliant, isn't it? It's a great start to the whole event, and you caddied, of course, for Rory.
We don't talk about that.
Well,
that was the first time we met.
Yeah,
I fell over.
Literally the first time.
Literally, hey, Niall.
I didn't mention it, okay? I didn't mention
you
that. You
said, "Oh no, Niall."
Yeah,
that became the whole thing, and since then I haven't been able to get away with it. So basically, it's your fault I fell over.
I so didn't. I was not to blame. All I was going to do was an interview with Rory McIlroy. You were caddying.
Anyway, we should probably stop bringing it up.
But the funny bit after was all obviously Twitter went mad, didn't it? And then all like Liam and all the guys were taking the mickey, going, "Oh no, Niall!" And I was like, "Oh gosh, Kirsty, you idiot! Why did you do that?" But no, it is great. The tournament is great, and you've sparked up some brilliant friendships in golf with Rory, with Justin. Yeah. Tell us about the friendships that you've grown.
Just through going to golf and being around some of the people that I know, and like Mark Mack and his brother Paul.
We love them.
They're big in the golf world. They know everyone in golf. They grew up at Rosie at Northants Golf Club.
I know, yeah.
So that's how I got to know Justin. Same with Rory. And then we just became good friends. We've got similar interests. We all like our football. We'll go for a couple of beers, have a bit of dinner, play a bit of golf. And they're just mates of mine. But when I go and watch them, it's like I don't know them. I remember thinking that. Like I was watching Rosie there a few weeks ago, and he's walking down. He's got this serious face on, and he's strutting his stuff down the fairway. And I remember thinking to myself, I don't even know that fella. Like that's not the fella I know.
That's not the Justin I know.
No. But it's amazing to watch what they're doing. Like Justin Rose has been consistently
incredible,
the best golfer in the world for 10 years, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I don't think he's been outside the top 10 once.
What a great ambassador for golf as well, isn't he?
He's unbelievable. When everyone watches him, they always go, "Oh, what a classy guy!
He really is.
What like a great sportsmanship that he shows and stuff like that." And he's basically, him. He is that person on and off the course. He's the greatest man in the world. I love him.
And with that, you obviously, I've hosted your last 2 events, the Horan and Rose for charity.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. with Justin, of course, being your other host. Mm-hmm. How did that come about as well? I mean, I sort of know, but tell people how that came about, what you wanted to do there.
Yeah, we wanted to do something to sort of give back. The picking of the charity didn't take that long. You know, we all have someone that we've lost to cancer, or someone that's had cancer. We sadly all know that. So, you know, Justin lost his dad to cancer, and Kate lost a family parent as well. And, you know, I've had people in my family that have had cancer. So and he's got kids, so we wanted to do something cancer research related. So cancer research came to us with the idea of doing the kids and teens side of the charity. And, you know, over the years, I've done a lot of work with charities, you know, bringing kids to shows and going to see kids in hospitals and stuff like that. And it's the worst thing to see, but the most rewarding feeling, knowing that we can make, you know, for the last 2 nights we've nearly raised £2 million.
I was going to say £2 million which is just fantastic.
Which is the least we can do, is stick on a suit, turn up on a night, sing a few songs, you know, yourself and Justin do your Q&As and stuff like that, and that's the least we can do to try and help fund research for a great charity like that. Anyway, so we go up to the Grove in north of London, and we put on a great night, I think. We got an auction with some amazing prizes, and you know, Ollie Murs performed the first year, I performed the second year. Rosie likes to get up when he sings Slow Hands drunkenly. That
was brilliant.
I honestly, like, I go, you know, we both go to some of them charity nights, and they're great to be at, but there's something, maybe because it's my own or whatever, but to be there on the night is...
But it's relaxed, quite relaxed.
Yeah, it is quite relaxed, isn't it? And there's no real, you know, there's order, but it doesn't feel like there's order, and it's a fantastic night. And as I said, we've raised, you know, close to £2 million for charity. And
fantastic.
Thanks for being involved, Kirst.
No, pleasure. I love being involved. It's great to be, you know, help you guys and just see what we've raised is something else.
Yeah.
Right, Niall, before we go any further, it's time for you to take on the Hilton Quick 9.
Go.
Right, go. Who would be in your dream 4 ball?
Ooh. Tiger Woods, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, and me.
Excellent. Best city you've ever... I'll pick up there again. Best city you've ever visited?
Tokyo. Love Tokyo. What a city.
Favourite golf course?
Augusta National.
Of course. What's the first thing in your suitcase?
My golf clubs are a no-brainer every time.
Favourite hole in golf?
13 at Augusta, around the corner. Great hole.
Amen. Where was your last holiday?
Augusta.
Oh, God. Number 1 album or modest client wins a tournament? What? Number 1 album.
Number 1 album or modest client wins a tournament.
Sorry. Number 1 album or modest client wins a tournament?
Ooh, that's tough. I take a number 1 album first, and then shortly followed by Guido winning the Kenyan Open.
Yeah. Who's the best golfer in One Direction?
Me.
Yes! I know that. Favourite club in the bag?
Driver or like 7-iron. I always try and give myself about 155, 160 in.
Yeah. One place on your bucket list, not Augusta, somewhere else.
Oh, on my golf bucket list?
No, bucket list in general.
Oh. Can be golf.
Ah.
Oh.
No, he's done that, haven't you?
No, I never played Pebble. I would love to play Pebble Beach. I've never played it. And I would actually love to. People always say it's their favourite course in golf, so I would like to see
Beautiful course. Who's your golfing hero?
Tiger Woods. Without doubt.
Perform naked in front of a full house at Croke Park.
Yep.
Or stand over the winning putt at a Ryder Cup.
Can I stand over the win and putt naked?
You say that. Who would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with? Desert island? Who would you rather be stuck on a desert island with? Justin or Rory? Oh, this is a hard one.
We've had some good crack. I feel like Rory or Rosie would have a bit more patience. He would construct a way of getting out of it. I know
so
he would.
You're going to go for him?
Yeah, I'd stick with Rosie on that.
Okay. And... God, I can't read your writing now. Sorry. Which golfer could make it as a singer? Which golfer could make it as a singer?
None of them. They're all...
Come on, you've got to...
actually...
Sergio!
Henrik Stenson.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard him sing recently.
Quite good?
He sings a lot of... there was a lot of Avicii being sung.
Oh.
Yeah, and the Swedish connection there, and it was very funny.
We'll have to listen out for that. It was funny.
Yeah, I'll show you the video. It's
excellent.
Very funny.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Do you get help from Justin or Rory with golf, or actually technically? Do they help you?
I'd say Rosie's camera roll is just full of videos of me hitting golf balls.
Because you go to the Bahamas, usually your little trip is after the Masters, which you love, I know that.
Oh, it's great. It's brilliant.
And it's his chill out as well, isn't it? Because it's like he needs to let off some steam and just relax with his friends.
Where he lives is behind, in his own private area where some of the golfers live there. Henrik Stenson and Adam Scott, and they're all great guys. We actually played around the golf a few weeks when I was there the last time, and we had a few beers and we all went out.
Oh, no.
So Justin Timberlake was there. We had a great time with him, and there was a team. There was like 14 of us playing all in one group, and that's what golf is about for me. Getting large groups of people together, having a knock, having a few beers, having a bit of a laugh, and we played around the golf. We only got 9 holes in.
What happened?
Nothing. The sun went down or something like that. We had a great laugh. I remember standing around. We were in this group of 14. Me and Rosie were playing together, and they were paired off in twos. And I remember looking around, just going, got Henrik Stenson and Adam Scott here, and Justin Rose. They were all major champions. And then you've got us beating it around the place, hitting it into ditches. It was all over the place. But
it's great.
There was 3 of the best ball strikers in the planet, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Watching them boys hit balls.
Yeah.
No matter how drunk I was, I still knew that was impressive.
Oh no, the camaraderie. Golf is a special, I think. Obviously, I'm going to say this. I'm a bit,
Yeah, it's in your family, yeah.
Well, it is, but also, it is nice to see how well they all get on, the golfers, and you know that fully from being at the Ryder Cup and being quite involved in the team room as well. Hazeltine.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think how many you've been at.
Yeah, that's Paris, my second one too. Yeah, 2.
Yeah, but that camaraderie is special, isn't it?
No, it's amazing. Like watching
Sergio singing and
Tommy and Francesco and all that. It's amazing. Like you don't get to see them in team environments all the time. They're always trying to beat each other.
That's my point. It's such a kind of there's such. They're trying to beat each other. Really, selfish game in many ways, and suddenly
they're playing with each other.
They're coming together. It's interesting what makes a good Ryder Cup player though, because they have to be able to do that switch literally into okay, I've got to help you out. I'm not up against you this week.
It's interesting when you think about it. Like I was thinking about it. Rosie wins the last 2 Ryder Cups have been at. Rory wins the FedEx Cup, and then the last one Rosie wins it. So they go straight from winning a check that they've been trying to beat everyone for the year. 24 hours later, they're in Paris trying to win the Ryder Cup as part of a team. To have that switch in your brain of being able to do that is pretty impressive. They're impressive guys and they're good lads, and watching them come together for the Ryder Cup is pretty cool.
I love the Ryder Cup. It is brilliant, isn't it? Obviously, there are lots of famous people that play golf and love golf, actors, etc. Who is the funniest or best? What was the best experience of somebody that you've played with or played against?
Yeah, I played they have a celebrity match at the Ryder Cup every year, the day before it starts, and I played in the last 2. We played at Hazeltine and I played at Paris. Myself and Paul O'Connell, Irish rugby player Paul O'Connell, we played against Bill Murray in
oh my gosh,
in Paris, or in Hazeltine, which was hilarious.
He is hilarious.
I've never met anyone funnier. He just has the whole crowd at his feet, and everyone loves him. He could literally be the president if he wanted to do a better job. And he's just the funniest guy and the nicest guy, and had the crowd in stitches all day, and his association with golf and Caddyshack and all that. It's just golf fans love him. He
plays in a lot of the pro-ams, doesn't he?
He's a good crowd pleaser. Everyone loves him. He's so funny. Who else have I played with? Myself and Jamie Dornan beat Michael Phelps and Nick Jonas in Paris.
That's right. Jamie Dornan loves his golf. He's more obsessed with golf than he is his acting, I think. He goes everywhere. He's always he's played with all our friends, isn't he? He's always out on the course.
Well, me and him live near each other in Los Angeles, and we play most weeks together. We're a good little team, to be fair.
What's he playing off now?
He probably plays off about 11 maybe. Yeah. But he's just had another baby. You can't expect him to be out all the time. And that was a good laugh. And in Los Angeles. I play with Justin Timberlake. He's a really good golfer. He's probably off 1 or 2. He's a proper player. There's a few boys that are really good, but if we all didn't have our own jobs, we'd be a little bit more addicted. Yeah. I don't know how I could get more addicted to golf. But,
I know. Because you take your bag everywhere, don't you?
The clubs, there's always a suitcase and a set of clubs with me, yeah. Everywhere I go, they have to.
And you get so excited with new, because I saw on your Instagram, with you opening a new golf shoes or new something. It's like, favourite day ever.
No, I've got golf equipment. I love all the new clubs and the head covers and all sorts. Which is, I'm just a guy. I can't talk.
You're a golf nut.
Yeah, I'm a golf
weirdo.
Quite
frankly.
That's it.
So obviously the question everybody wants to know is what is your handicap now?
I'm playing off 9 at the moment. I haven't played in a while, so I'm actually probably playing off 12. But I have a bit of time now in the next few weeks where I'm going to try and get my handicap down and really focus on it over the summer, yeah.
And when you obviously you have access to all these brilliant golfers, major winners, Justin, Rory, etc. Golf lesson wise, do you? I know that when you see them, you get a golf lesson.
Yeah.
I'll say that again. I know when you see these guys, you have a golf lesson.
Yeah.
Do you also get tips on your phone? And do you ever go, I'm having a struggle with this?
Yeah.
How does it work?
They know that I know the ins and outs of a golf swing, so I can explain to them what I'm struggling with. So I'll text Rosie, I'll send him a video or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he'll say you need to work on your right hand and coming inside or whatever. Blah. So I know what I need to do once I hear it, but it's unbelievable to have the two boys at the end of the phone.
Access to
being
that.
able to get these tips. It's money can't buy stuff really, and it's pretty incredible. But before I met Rosie, I was an average golfer. Like I was hitting it everywhere. Had this big massive cut that no one ever liked the look of. And then I spent a bit of time with Rosie, and he's one time when we went away, and he really fine tuned all my problems, and now I'm half decent. So it's all because of him, really.
Yeah, brilliant. And let's just talk about some other things that you're doing and that I'm doing actually. Obviously, Dermot O'Leary and I do Soccer Aid, which is brilliant.
I can't wait to get back.
And you're back playing.
Yeah.
Which is brilliant, because obviously you had a bit of a knee injury, had to kind of, you're busy as well, funny enough.
Busy, and I've got gammy knees.
Well, and you've got a slightly gammy knee. Knees now.
Yeah.
Are you excited about Soccer Aid?
Yeah, I love Soccer Aid.
Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, around the corner from me, it's brilliant. Stamford Bridge, Chelsea's been a big part of my life. My knee injury was horrific. I basically had a knee reconstruction at 20 years old.
Because you were playing to a good standard, weren't you then?
I was playing all right, I was playing good enough. But then I went to Chelsea to do my rehab for my knee before I went on tour, and I spent every day for 5 months with the players and at the training ground with the manager, and it was a really tough time, but having Chelsea to go to was insane. So to go back to Stamford Bridge, and I used to go to training there on a Friday night, and I sound like I've played for Chelsea for 40 years, but it's a pretty
it feels like that.
That was a tough time. Like my knee was horrific. So to come back from that and have Chelsea there and know the boys, JT just announced he's playing John Terry.
It's going to be great. I saw that, yeah.
It's going to be a great laugh.
Didier Drogba.
Me and
Amazing.
Drogba. Niall Horan and Drogba up front. Sounds great.
It's too good, isn't it?
What a team, honestly.
It's too good.
Honestly, if JT sees me, he's going to break me up. I'll come running at him. I'll run out of the way. I'm not going near him. But it'll be it's always a great week. It's the chance for us to be to be professional footballers for a week. You get your kit laid out at a training ground every day, and you stay in a hotel together, you do meetings and have nights in at the bar or whatever. And it's like the best stag do I was ever at.
Yeah. So. It is like a glorified stag do. And obviously, women are coming and spoiling the party, which is amazing.
They're not spoiling it. We're going to have a great
Rachel
laugh.
Yankee, she can't wait.
No, it's going to be huge. That's another big thing, to have such a... It's the biggest charity football game there is, and to have the girls in on it as well, it's going to be a great laugh.
And how lovely we're able to say that today when we're talking about your golf event in the summer and women and men being, playing on a par.
Yeah,
pun the pun.
I mean, it's 2019.
Prize money, etc. Yeah, but isn't that brilliant though?
Nah, it's huge. It's like this is what we all want. It needs to happen. It's taking its time to happen, but we're here now, and it's going to be. Soccer is going to be successful, and for that reason, and so is
the
our
World
event
Invitational,
in Ireland. So it's a good time to be involved in a women's sport. I think.
Obviously, it's very exciting that the British Open this year is at Portrush. Do you know it well?
I've played it once. It is, apart from Augusta, it's the best golf course I've ever played. It's the scenery, the setting is some of the best I've seen on the island. It's beautiful. The course is in unbelievable shape the year round, and when it blows Augusta up there. It's one of the tougher courses you can play. But it's going to be amazing to watch. Just big major championships coming to the island of Ireland is amazing, and they definitely chose the right course there. It's epic, and it's going to be unbelievable. I don't know if you know this, but Rory shot the course record there, 62, when he was 14 years old.
I did know that,
and he still holds it.
Incredible. That is incredible.
It would be unbelievable to see him do it, and he's from about half an hour up the road.
That's right. And of course, golf participation in Ireland in general is on the up.
Yeah.
It's the highest it's been. I mean, that is something, isn't it?
When people were saying, golf is in a lull, it's not doing as well, I always used to think it's not at home. Like in Ireland, it's always been big. I remember I went to watch the European, what was it called? The European Open, I think it was called at the time, and it was at the K Club. I was probably about 10, and I remember thinking the crowds were huge even then. I guess we had some big players playing in it, but golf has always been pretty solid in Ireland.
Yeah.
Don't think we've ever had any problems with it. We've always had a good, Irish, level on the tour with Shane and Paul McGinley and Harrington. And
That's right.
Clarkey and Rory and all the GMAC and all sorts. So it's always been pretty strong in Ireland. Same can be said for Scotland and just the British Isles in general, to be honest. It's always had a big turnout for tournaments. I mean, look at Southport last week. I think there was, Keith was saying, there was 70 or 80,000 through the gates at the British Masters. So it's a good time for golf in general, I think.
I think it is. And with Tiger obviously coming back and winning, I think the landscape is pretty good, isn't it, in the world? I
mean, if Tiger's doing well, the whole world's watching it. So hopefully he can kick on now from here and challenge every week.
Yeah, that would be great, wouldn't it? And just finally, music-wise, what's happening? Are you?
Yeah, I'm working. No, I'm
working. You're always working.
I've been doing some heavy writing. I've been in the studio every day since probably October. I've probably written about 60 songs, and
are you still enjoying it?
I love it. Yeah, I couldn't get sick of that. And I will probably release something towards the end of the year, I'd like to think. I'm just trying to fine-tune a few bits, record some extra vocals, and then I should be ready to go. But I'm feeling very happy with what I've got. And
because you always tell me, I'm going to have some time off. And Mark's always saying, yeah, he's going to have some time off. And then it's like, he's fully in the studio again.
Literally,
fully,
I finished
you
the
can't
tour
stop it.
I finished the tour in September, and by the second week of October, I was already writing the album.
I'm like, oh, right, so you're back on it again, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard not to do. It's addictive. It's easy for me to sit down and write a song. I just sit there and in my house, or sit at the piano in the house, or pick up a guitar, and I love doing it, so why not? But yeah, now it's time to just chill for a few weeks, because I've been going really hard, working really hard. I want to get the golf game back in shape and
play a
chill
bit of
out.
football.
Yeah, but I need to get fit for that. My old right knee's not doing me any favours, but I've been playing a bit of five-side in Los Angeles and ready to go again. I want to be fit for this game, because trying to run around a pitch like that when you haven't played football in a couple of years is not fun.
No, I bet. Well, brilliant to speak to you, as ever.
You too. Love you, Kirsty.
Oh, thanks, Niall.
Thanks for having me.
Fabulous. Thank you.